हेलो एवरीवन, गुड आफ्टरनून, गुड इवनिंग ऑल। कैसे हैं सब लोग? मेरा नाम है अरविंद
Hello everyone, Saurav here.
और हम हैं हैदराबाद बॉयज, वेयर वी टॉक ऑल थिंग्स क्रिकेट। वर्ल्ड कप इज ओवर, बट द क्रिकेट इज नॉट येट ओवर एंड ऑल द क्रिकेटिंग हेडलाइंस अराउंड क्रिकेट इज आल्सो नॉट येट ओवर। तो सौरभ, आज मैंने सोचा कि हम बात करते हैं व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप, आफ्टर द गेम। जो न्यूज़ में आ रहा था पिछले एक दो दिन से। So, Darshakok, if you like, if you're going to enjoy this content, please hit that like button, please subscribe, and please share with your friends and family. We are going to get started with our today's video now. So, sort of, क्या हुआ इंडिया में आफ्टर द वर्ल्ड कप लॉस, जहाँ पे हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी वेंट टू द ड्रेसिंग रूम and I
Yeah.
think it became a controversy. Can you give a little bit of background ki what happened and what is the controversy all about?
So, I mean, it didn't really come out during our Hamdo. I mean, we also, was the post match, the man of the match, the man of the series, and thode jo anchors and ex players, they do their show, right? The post the match. So, us samay tak ye, the clips and the video wasn't really out, but I suppose it must have hit late night, but early morning for sure. This was all over, the social media, especially the Twitter world, that he has,
X,
Mr.
world of X.
Yeah, X. Sorry, I'm using the word Twitter. I'm
I know.
sorry, X. So that Narendra Modi, entered the dressing room. He was consoling the players. So he had, I saw the images. I didn't find anything cringy there. He was holding the hands of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and I think Amit Shah also was along with him in the background. But Narendra Modi being Narendra Modi, he was the one who was kind of highlighted by everyone. But in a matter of few hours, I didn't find it anything unusual, to be
Me neither.
honest, Arvind, at that point of time. But in a matter of few hours, it's just, this particular visit of Modi to the dressing room took a wild turn. Let me put that way. Ki, why is Mr. Narendra Modi, after India's defeat, is in the dressing room? क्यों उन्होंने प्लेयर्स को टाइम नहीं दिया, क्यों प्लेयर्स को वो why is he putting them in an uncomfortable sort of a situation? Then the entire his stay in the dressing room, so I think he goes ahead and shakes the hand of all the players, the coach and the staff. So, like the way our media is, आई थिंक इट वाज जब भी किसके साथ हैंडशेक किया है तो सबका फेशियल रिएक्शन कैप्चर किया है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स देयर माइट बी फ्यू प्लेयर्स ड्यू टू क्योंकि दे हैव जस्ट come from a defeat which is quite heavy and shocking for us and for them for them as well. So of course the facial reactions were okay, they were not so comfortable possibly at that point of time. तो उसके ऊपर भी काफी मीम्स और काफी सर्कुलेशन ऑफ वीडियोस जैसे चलाए थे. श्रेयस अय्यर, आई थिंक दैट्स द मोस्ट पॉपुलर वन, कि he was totally against, seems like he was totally against Modi visiting the dressing room. So I think कल परसों से यही चल रहा है कि जैसे एक एड आता है ना अरविंद टीवी में. आई डोंट नो, यू पॉसिबली डोंट वॉच द इंडियन चैनल्स, बट फॉग का एक एड है आपके देश में क्या चल रहा है.
क्या चल रहा है? I know this ad. Yeah, it's an
तो
old
अब
one, but yes, this one.
यहाँ पे लास्ट 2 दिन से नरेंद्र मोदी का जो विजिट हुआ है ड्रेसिंग रूम, उसके बारे में बातें चल रही है. सो आई नो और आपको ये भी मालूम होगा, थोड़े महीनों में क्या, इनफैक्ट इन अ मैटर ऑफ फ्यू डेज यू हैव योर स्टेट असेंबली इलेक्शंस एंड व्हिच हैव ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड इनफैक्ट इन फ्यू ऑफ द स्टेट्स. छत्तीसगढ़ में जैसे स्टार्ट हो गया, एंड देन इन अ मैटर ऑफ फ्यू मंथ्स यू हैव योर national elections. So it has that sort of link as well. So the opposition parties are trying to, demean any chance that they're basically having to demean the prime minister. I totally understand that side of thing. Lekin I don't understand certain parts of media who do not have anything to do with the politics, kind of talking about taking shots at it. I really don't get that. मेरे लिए
So,
it was a pure simple plain
so
visit.
we had, okay, I
Simple.
understand political players taking shots at it because it's a political play for them, but I heard
Yeah.
even cricketers were talking bad about it, which I thought was very weird.
Yeah, cricketers who are aligned to a political party. No, I mean, then again,
Yeah, so
जैसे
I
कि
think one person
कीर्ति
who
आजाद.
said it was Kirti Azad. He said
Yeah.
that Ananichi and all that.
Yeah.
Um, so Saurabh, what I did was I actually looked back and as you rightly said, I don't find anything wrong with what he did,
True.
and it's actually perfectly acceptable thing to do. But it was very interesting कि मुझे जब ये मैंने थोड़ा मुझे लगा कि इसको थोड़ा एक बार चेक करते हैं कि बाहर कैसे होता है ये, मतलब बाकी लोग कैसे कर रहे हैं, मतलब दिस इज नॉट द ओनली स्पोर्ट एंड दिस इज नॉट द ओनली वर्ल्ड कप व्हिच हैपेंस, राइट? तो व्हाट आई थॉट वाज इट वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी फ्यू थिंग्स, एंड मुझे लगा कि मैं एक बार आई कैन शेयर इट विथ माय ऑडियंस हियर कि हाउ पीपल इन अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड हैव डन एग्जैक्टली द सेम थिंग and how media you know did not say anything much about it. So one of the first examples I found was this one. ये बात हो रही है फुटबॉल की, so मैं पहले स्पोर्ट बता दूं, ये फुटबॉल है. दिस वाज द वर्ल्ड कप, तो कंपैरेबल बोल सकते हैं. जर्मनी की नेशनल फुटबॉल टीम वन अगेंस्ट पोर्चुगल, एंड ये बात हो रही है 2014 फुटबॉल वर्ल्ड कप की. ये तो मतलब 10-9 साल पुरानी पुरानी बात है ये. और यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं फोटो में एंजेला मर्कल, जो जर्मन चांसलर रही हैं तब के जमाने की. शी वेंट इनसाइड द ड्रेसिंग रूम, एंड दो ये तो खुशी का माहौल था, एंड लुक एट हाफ ऑफ द पीपल हियर, दे आर हाफ नेकेड बिकॉज दे जस्ट केम आउट ऑफ फ्रॉम अ गेम एंड रिमूव देयर शर्ट, एंड शी वॉज वेरी कंफर्टेबल पोर्ट्रेइंग इट. एंड आप देख सकते हैं एनबीसी न्यूज है. एनबीसी न्यूज अमेरिका का लेफ्टिस्ट मीडिया बोल सकते हो, या सेंटर लेफ्ट मीडिया बोल सकते हो, लिबरल मीडिया भी बोल सकते हो. इन्होंने तो बहुत अच्छी तरह लिखा है कि मर्कल पेज लॉकर रूम विजिट आफ्टर जर्मनी विन ओवर पोर्चुगल. कुछ भी इसके बारे में गलत नहीं बोला कि मर्कल ने क्यों गई है, ये क्या हो रहा है. एंड यू कुड सी देयर वाज अ वेरी ग्लोइंग आर्टिकल अबाउट मर्कल कि हाउ शी लव्स फुटबॉल एंड how she ended up going to the dressing room. ये मैच था एक ग्रुप जी का मैच, ये फाइनल भी नहीं था. ये एक ग्रुप मैच में
Good
मर्कल
match.
मर्कल अपने कंट्री के ड्रेसिंग रूम में चली गई है. तो ये एक पहला एग्जांपल मुझे लगा कि ग्लोबल मीडिया में तो इसके बारे में कभी इसके बारे में कोई दूसरे कंट्री के लोग करते हैं, इनके लीडर, दे आर वेरी हैप्पी टू portray it in a very positive manner. Then I got to see it. Apparently, ये बहुत common है. I went in again. She again, Angela Merkel, उस वर्ल्ड कप उस दौरान 2014 वर्ल्ड कप जर्मनी ने जीता था. एंड she went again in the dressing room and she posted a selfie. That was the start of era of selfie with the World Cup winning team. और आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पे पूरे टीम यहाँ पे है, एंड इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग. आई एम शोइंग द फोटो हियर. यहाँ पे दारू भी है, मतलब इनके बियर है, जर्मन बियर, बोल सकते हैं कि इन देयर हैंडिंग आउट देयर बियर एंड कैचिंग इट. और ये वेबसाइट है, ये मीडिया है मेट्रो. मेट्रो इज अ यूके की पब्लिकेशन, यूके की न्यूज़पेपर. और उन्होंने देखो कैसे लिखा है, उन्होंने बोला फॉरगेट रिहाना, बाय फार द कूलेस्ट पर्सन टू बी स्नैप्ड अप सेलिब्रेटिंग द वर्ल्ड कप विन वाज चांसलर एंजेला मर्कल. कितने पॉजिटिव लाइट में the media tried to portray the whole, the liberal leaders visit to the this thing. So their media can talk about it, but then our if we do it, our media then just goes and blast it. So first of all, so I never understood why would anyone in India actually blast it or go in a negative light, because बाकी देश यही करते हैं और everyone goes very positive about it. Then I found out sort of she actually does this a lot. She apparently in 2010, ये 12 साल पहले की बात है. This is Telegraph, by the way. This I don't have the full article, but I have seen enough information to know what it is. 2010 वर्ल्ड कप साउथ अफ्रीका में हुआ था, और जर्मन चांसलर तब भी एंजेला मर्कल रही है, शी एंडेड अप गोइंग टू द ड्रेसिंग रूम अनस्केड्यूल्ड, मतलब बिना बताए,
हम्म,
बिना परमिशन के, शी एंडेड अप गोइंग इनटू द ड्रेसिंग रूम, एंड हियर शी शेक्स हैंड विद अ हाफ नेकेड मेसुत ओजिल, जो लोगों को पता होगा इज little bit anti-India बोल सकते हैं, little bit he has a different opinions on other things, very strongly opinionated footballer, काफी वो उनका वो है, and here she is shaking hands. Guess what? Because it was unscheduled and she made it with the permissions, she had to apologize to the national team for the way she did it because she didn't seek with the permission. So I thought this was interesting कि lady has gone back and forth here, and then guess what? ये 2010 में हुआ, अपोलोजाइज करके 2014 में वापस वो गई हुई है ड्रेसिंग रूम में। ऐसा नहीं है कि वो ओके मैंने एक बार कर दिया, गलती कर दी तो मैं कभी नहीं चाहूंगी। She ended up
नहीं
going there
जाऊंगी
twice. So
भाई।
and then liberal media was very happy about it. Okay, they didn't blast 2010 में तो she they accused her for this for political gain, but 2014 में she is the coolest, the leader to have done it. So that I think was very interesting information sort of. Then what I realized was ये कॉमन है यहाँ पे, ये हार में भी यही हुआ है। और दिस इज एन इंटरेस्टिंग वन, ये हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स का आर्टिकल है, हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स इंडिया का है। ये आर्टिकल था दिसंबर 19 2022, मतलब पिछले साल की बात थी, जब फुटबॉल वर्ल्ड कप हुआ था कतार में, और जो फ्रांस हार चुका था फाइनल अर्जेंटीना के साथ। मैच के दौरान तो इमानुएल मैक्रोन ने उनको कंसोल किया था जब वो हार गए थे, पिच पे गए थे। बट ये एक फोटो आप देख सकते हैं, he went inside the dressing room, he was consoling all the players who lost it, and the coach was standing right behind next to him. And same scene mein, there's no photo of it, he was comforting the French footballer Kylian Mbappe, जो उनके वन ऑफ द सुपरस्टार प्लेयर्स रहे हैं, who was upset about it because उनका he was about it, and then he congratulated Argentina to win. So my question was, if a France leader does it, Indian media is very happy to cover it, saying, "Oh, Macron has consoled the French footballers." But if our leader goes and does it, they're making hell and cry about it, saying कि ये क्या गलत कर दिया इनको। मतलब it's an absolute वो क्या बोल सकते हैं, hypocrisy बोल सकते हैं। Then I found out Emmanuel Macron is bit crazy about all of this. ये इस साल का न्यूज है। फ्रांस रग्बी भी खेलता है, रग्बी के वर्ल्ड कप में he ended up going to the dressing room and he did a beer ups bottoms up जो बोल सकते हैं with the players. And the news, ये Independent is a UK की newspaper, and they covered it saying Macron downs the bottle of beer in 17 seconds. And they were celebrating this whole idea that okay, प्रेसिडेंट आए हैं, हमारे साथ बियर पिया है, और उन्होंने बियर की बॉटल काउंटर पे ऐसे स्लैम करके रखा। यू कैन सी दिस इज अ फोटो which the Canal Plus, the media of France sports captured it, and they were like, obviously then they used it, see कि मैंने उन्होंने alcohol कैसे पी लिया and all that, but the point I'm trying to make here is it's so common there and no one's going to attack it. And पता नहीं हमारे देश में ये क्या हो रहा है कि पीछे ही पड़ गए मोदी के, just because he consoled the players who probably were unhappy. More than players or more than political parties, I'm at loss with the media ki why are they making this hell and cry, and what is wrong with these players who are ex-players who बोल रहे हैं कि he should not have entered the dressing room. It's an absolutely a stupid argument. So Saurav, I'll end it कि ये segment कि बोल सकते हैं यार ये तो फुटबॉल है, ये तो क्रिकेट नहीं है, क्रिकेट का तो मतलब जेंटलमैन गेम है, ये बोल सकते हैं कि ये तो प्योर है, एंड ऑल दैट ऑल दैट क्रेजी आर्गुमेंट्स कैन कम इन। ये बात हो रही है लॉर्ड्स की। लॉर्ड्स क्रिकेट स्टेडियम माना जाता है क्रिकेट के वर्ल्ड में मेका ऑफ द वर्ल्ड स्टेडियम्स। इट्स रिगार्डेड एज द होम ऑफ क्रिकेट। It's वेयर the finals of all the World Cups in England happen, and they give for army, common people, something called home dressing room experience. इसका मतलब ये है कि they open the doors of the dressing room to anyone who's willing to pay for it and who's willing to book a tour. Just like जैसे आप tour पे जाते हो, it is exactly like that. And get this, sort of, they actually allow the dressing room to become an intimate event space जहाँ पे private dinner कर सकते हैं 12 लोगों का with a 6 course menu, and you pair it with wine or drinks, or you can do a drinks reception for 40 people, and they do it during the off season part of it. I mean, at that point of time. And then obviously, there is that whole experience to it. From October to March, it's available. Look at what's included in this experience of a dressing room. You get an arrival champagne reception, you get a 6 course menu, you get wines paid to each course, hire of the home dressing room, unlimited still and sparkling water, staffing and service charge and cloakroom service. Then get this, the package upgrade mein likha hai, you get to display England shirts that can be gifted to each guest. You get a tour the Pavilion of Lords. You get a tour guide present during the reception to talk to the guest. You get tour guide to deliver introduction to the dressing room. And finally, this is a big one, a professional cricketer to dine in with the guests. And there are obviously prizes to it. And then there are some sample menus to it. And they just made it like an official, so anyone can go into the dressing room and have an experience. So for me, it is so stupid to see Ahmedabad, which wants to become the India's best stadium and India's unique stadium, had to make a hue and cry about the leader country's prime minister getting into the stadium and making a mockery of the whole thing. Winner is not, the loser is the media and the people associated with that, who are trying to attack the prime minister, because this is all common and this is all okay. And so I'll end it with this. अगर यहाँ okay है तो इंडिया में okay क्यों नहीं है? और अगर वो कर रहे तो okay क्यों नहीं है?
True. और एक और चीज अरविंद, इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग ना, हम लोग जैसे बोलते हैं, आई मीन एटलीस्ट इन आवर कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड, राइट, यू व्हेन यू आर हैप्पी यू हैव पीपल अराउंड यू, right? They will be around you, they'll be cheering you up, right? I mean, you really get to know uh, who are your true friends when you're sad.
Correct.
Or when you're down, when you're mentally down. Mr. Modi has been tweeting about World Cup and India's, road to the victory. जब भी इंडिया मैचेस जीता है, he's always tweeted about it. और हो सकता था कि 1-2 दिन के बाद वो ट्वीट कर देते कि इंडिया लॉस्ट द मैच, और कीप योर चिन अप एंड ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. लेकिन हम ये जब बात बोलते हैं कि we get to know people when we are happy and when we are sad, I mean, you get to know कि आपके पास कौन है कौन नहीं है. It's the very same analogy. It's the very same analogy. That's it.
Very true. Very true. I'll end it with this, and I think this is an interesting one. This is 2011 World Cup. India won the World Cup. So you can see Dhoni sitting here. Look who's sitting next to Dhoni.
It's not Manmohan Singh.
It's not Manmohan Singh. So the Prime Minister is not sitting here, and that's completely okay for the media. But the Prime Minister comes to the dressing room, that is not okay. You can see how, how third rate our media is.
True.
Yeah.
I think they're making a mountain of a molehill. I think it's a very small sort of an issue. I just think it has to do with, it's kind of knit with the elections that are around, and that's pretty much nothing else.
But I mean, we are bringing that into the sport. I thought I call it
out.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. I don't understand.
If you're bringing it in sport, and this is ours is a sport channel. We're not a political channel here. I'm calling it out. Ki yaar, sports mein ye sab common hai. Why are you bringing this all thing in the controversy into the sport? So We'll end it there, but I thought that was hilarious to see. For me, the most disappointing thing was cricketers talking about it. Like Keerti Azad, guys, you were a nobody back then. Why are you making this as an issue?
Absolute nobody.
I mean, you're saying key statements like inner sanctum toot gaya and all that. It's like a temple. Absolutely, um weird thing. And I heard the story, and I don't know, I have to confirm this part. 1982 के एशियन गेम्स में या कहीं पे एक गेम हो रहा था, इंडिया हार रही थी एंड इंदिरा गांधी लेफ्ट द गेम midway, जब I think Pakistan था या 5 goals, it was a hockey match or something. And she left the game without completing this thing. So you can see the differences between how one prime minister in different era reacted to it, and how this the different prime minister is reacting to it, and it was a very different scenario there. So yeah, so I thought we I know we end there the segment of this one, because मुझे लगा कि I thought it should be called out, because you're bringing the sport itself to disrepute by making such statements, and you're making yourself a disrepute. Matlab, as an Indian media who just hosted the cup, this was the last thing you should be doing, making more controversy about it and apne aap ko bewakoof banana. So if you like this content, please hit that like button, please subscribe, please share it with your friends and family. We will talk again later. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.